Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we'll be discussing daily updates in the cryptocurrency market. On this web browser, I'm showing you guys my Twitter, and this is my YouTube channel. If you like my content, please subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with Bitcoin on the daily outlook. So as you can see here, we basically broke the structure that I was talking about to keep our eyes on, which was that bullish flag. Here is the resistance of the flag, and here's the support, and we actually closed daily below it. So I think this is pretty much an invalidation. As you can see here, we are testing to reclaim that support, and we are struggling. So right now, if you are a bull, I would beware. It might be a little tough to reclaim that area. If we lose this support, we're headed all the way down to 15K, which is this one right here. So this $16,300 range, maybe even $16,000 flat, is our last line of support. If we don't hold that, then we're going all the way down to these lows of 15,500. I think that in the short term, we could potentially long this, and I've mentioned this in my previous videos. If you guys are interested in longing Bitcoin, you would ideally want to do it in support. Right now, though, we haven't really had much to trade. So let me show you guys what we've been going through in the long term. So we had this wick down, boom, and then we started consolidating in here. This consolidation was technically a bullish consolidation, but I mentioned that we are in a very harsh market. So when you're in a harsh market like this, you technically don't want to long anything that's a 50-50 shot. So this was actually a 50-50 chance of either breaking to the upside or the downside. And as you can see here, we broke to the downside. Now that we're retesting the bottom, we might retest something like that. If we make a W, that is a very bullish sign that we could reclaim this area and start ranging in it again. But right now, we are not in an area to trade, unfortunately. And the market feels very slow and dead, but I'm telling you guys, the more patient you are, the more likely you are to profit and make money. So bear with me, bear with everyone else, literally bear market. So just be patient. These things like this need time. And especially when there's no one really interested in buying or selling in the market, it's just slow. And this is unfortunate because crypto is usually fast-paced, and especially, in the bull market, you're used to seeing 20% moves and within hours. One thing I'd like to point out, especially with Bitcoin, so I chart Bitcoin a lot because it pretty much tells you where the rest of the market's going to go. In 2018 and 2016, so the old bear markets, let's go to the old bear markets. What you'd see is you'd see dips, and you'd see fat amounts of basically moves to the upside. So a little history here, we'd get like 30% moves, and then we'd dip lower, and then you'd get another rip your face off move like 40%, then you dip lower. The thing with this bear market in particular, is we haven't really had a rally that we've been looking for. So if we don't capitulate here in this area, I believe we will actually rally instead. And I think that we could rally maybe even to this $20,000, $21,000 area. That's a psychological area of resistance. This is a very hot area to keep in mind. And the reason being is for two reasons. The old all-time highs, you'll come down, test old all-time highs. And then second of all, this is where the FTX collapse happened. And so if we do come down to this area, so big picture here, because we don't really have much going on. Let's do big picture stuff. You can see that we might consolidate, come down here, retest these lows. If we do retest these lows and they hold, I expect a big move to the upside all the way up, maybe even to 21,000. This is pure speculation, but what you can assume is we'll have two big, a W formation, so a double bottom. And if it holds, this is your resistance, would come up here, retest, and then come up to these old highs, and then we finally capitulate. So that's kind of what I have in mind in the long term. Or second option is we consolidate here, we come down, don't hold the support, and then we come down to that $12,000 to $11,000 target. So there's a lot going on. A lot of speculation you can play with. But right now, I wouldn't trade it. If we do come down to here, I would long. But other than that, I wouldn't really do much and just wait it out. Let's look at BNB. This is the active trade I'm in. And here you go. This is my P&L. I'm at negative 36%. I'm down $770. This is mainly due to a poor entry. The reason why I'm still in it is because we do have on the daily something I like to call a symmetric triangle. If you really want to be greedy, not greedy, but if you want to play your bias. So my bias right now is a bearish bias, obviously. But if you go through with the candlesticks, the bodies of the candle, and you don't want to go with the wicks, you can see what's called a descending triangle. These descending triangles tend to break to the downside. But, it's a matter of time. Symmetric triangle, however, is a bullish structure just because. So let's go ahead and play devil's advocate really quick. If you look at the symmetric triangle, you can see that we had an uptick and we found our resistance. Apologies. So we had an uptick, we found our resistance, and now we're consolidating, and we are retesting this resistance. If we break out and hold, I expect this to come up to at least a $263 level and retest this level. But as of right now, I think the sentiment is pretty bearish. So we will retest these lows down here. It's just a matter of time of when. When is what we don't know. So that's pretty much it for BNB. I am down on this trade. And then let's look at the DXY. So the DXY did attempt to break out yesterday. And as you can see here on the 4 hour, it hasn't really held. And on the daily, we did get a full retrace of these last two candles. And so it's just a matter of time of whether or not we'll retest that resistance again. The good news is if you are bearish and you want the market to go down, the good news for you is the DXY is holding this support really well. And you keep getting these bounces off of it. It's just a matter of time though. If it keeps retesting the support, it'll eventually break down and go down from there. But there is a lot of support here. Lastly, this is a new one I want to talk about. This is a new alt that I think that everyone should trade. And this is Sol. Okay, Sol retraced about since the FTX collapse. Let's see. It has retraced about 60%. Okay, Sol is a good buy, but not right here. Let me explain why. We have no support here. The last line of support I think we'll see in the bear market is down to here, which is these $4 lows. So in this area, if you want to long Sol, this is the ideal place. Right now we're basically a falling knife. And you never want to catch a falling knife. You want to pick it up off the ground. And right now Sol is a falling knife. And I think we have more ways to go before we consolidate and then start retracing. Do I see $20 in the next, 6 months? Yes. So if you enter Sol with no leverage around this $4 mark, that's a 5x without even having to risk being liquidated. Solana is a good project. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not. I don't really, mess with NFTs and stuff or whatever it's used for. I just like trading. And I think this is a good area of support. I even expect it, even if we come down to these lows, to wick below because, it's crypto. And then we come back and then we consolidate and we come up. And so that's pretty much it for Solana. It's a free fall, but it's a pretty big free fall. And if you want to play it safe, if we do rally in this bear market, this is the token that's dropped the most, in my opinion, that I've seen, that has the potential to come back up and reclaim at least $20. Retest these highs. So that's pretty much it for today's updates. This is a good one to keep your eyes on. Would I recommend buying it here? Definitely not. Do I recommend buying it at $7? No. I recommend buying it here where we have really strong support. And that's pretty much it for the alts that I went over. So I'm in this BNB trade right now, and I like to take it slow. I don't like to overtrade. I just like to look for some good drops and then long them, or short some really nice pumps. And that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. That's pretty much it for all of it. And this is the trade I'm in. I am down almost 40%, and I'm just waiting. If it breaks to the upside, I get liquidated, no worries. Remember, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and you like the content, please subscribe and turn on the notifications every time I upload a video. You will be notified. Other than that, stay safe trading, and it was a pleasure updating you guys today.